There have been so many stories buzzing around about the super talented players who could be the next Messi. Speaking of which, the Turkish Messi Arda Güler has joined Real Madrid, which got us thinking about all the players who were dubbed as the next Messi. They call them the Egyptian Messi, Salah, the Swiss Messi, Shaqiri, the Japanese Messi, Take Kubo, the Catalan Messi, Gerard Deulofeu, and many, many more. Not every player has what it takes to be like Lionel Messi, and here are the reasons. The enormous pressure that comes with being called the next Messi. When you're given that title, everyone expects you to perform at a super high level. And it's not just fans and teammates who have high expectations, but also the media and your club. It's like being in a pressure cooker. Let me give you an example. Bojan Krkić, a talented player, was once hailed as the next Messi in Barcelona. He even got to play alongside Messi and joined other big clubs like AS Roma, AC Milan and Ajax. But the pressure to always succeed at the highest level became so overwhelming for him that he started feeling anxious. And poor Bojan couldn't handle it. Another reason why these next Messi players often stumble and fumble is because they get swept away by the tsunami of media attention. One day there's a catchy headline about you being compared to Messi and bam! Just like that, you're thrust into the spotlight. Endorsements start pouring in, journalists line up for interviews, and you find your face plastered on massive billboards. Take the case of the Indonesian Messi, Egy Maulana Fikri, for instance. When he was compared to Messi, he became an overnight sensation. Offers from big European clubs started pouring in, but he couldn't quite keep up with the European level because, well, he wasn't physically ready for it. But did he accept it gracefully? Nah, not really. He was so convinced that his skill and talent alone should be enough to shine like Messi. He even went as far as saying he would quit football if he couldn't find a club in Europe. But you know what they say, modern football isn't just about having fancy footwork. It's also about being physically fit, disciplined and a whole lot more. Egy didn't seem to grasp that concept. So what happened next? He decided to part ways with the European dream and hopped over to Slovakian clubs like FK Senica and Vion Marache. But alas, luck wasn't on his side there either. Eventually, he packed his bags and returned home to play for a team in the Indonesian top tier, Deva United. Now, let's take a look at some players who were once tipped to be the next Messi. We have Xherdan Shaqiri and Gerard Deulofeu. Both of them reached impressive heights in their careers. Shaqiri played for big clubs like Bayern Munich, Inter Milan and Liverpool, while Deulofeu had stints at Everton, Barcelona, AC Milan and Watford. But here's the thing. Their consistency didn't quite match up to Messi's level. Shaqiri, unfortunately, often found himself sidelined due to injuries, and his shining moments tended to be more prominent in mid or lower level competitions. As for Deulofeu, he too struggled to maintain a consistent form throughout his career. Thus, it's not easy to keep up with the incredible consistency and longevity of someone like Messi. Moreover, you gotta have the guts to break free from Messi's shadow, which many fail to do so. To truly set yourself apart, you gotta be bold, daring and willing to do things differently. But there have been at least two more names who were once dubbed the next Messi but have outgrown such nicknames, and eventually the burden is off their shoulders. Salah found his success in the English Premier League, the very league where Messi has never graced the pitch. Then we have Odegaard, who's more of an Ozil type than a Messi clone. While both these players have made a name for themselves, they lack the boldness to be different from Messi. Lastly, poor luck can sometimes be the bad guy here. Unfortunately, two poor souls had the unfortunate luck of facing obstacles that prevented them from reaching Messi-like greatness at a young age. First, the Japanese Messi. Takefusa Kabu, with all his talent and potential, signed a fancy 5-year deal with none other than the mighty Real Madrid. He could have been the Madrid Messi, but fate had other ideas. Instead of strutting his stuff on the big stage with the first team, Kubo found himself registered with the under-19 team. I can almost imagine Kubo's face thinking he was going to rub shoulders with the likes of Sergio Ramos and Karim Benzema, only to end up juggling the ball with a bunch of youngsters who probably still have curfews. Sadly, he left the club without playing a single La Liga match. Just like a roller coaster ride, Ryan Gould's story had fans buzzing with excitement. People couldn't help but compare him to the one and only Messi. But the Scottish Messi found himself with limited playing time at Sporting. And to add salt to the wound, he endured not one, not two, not three, but 4 unsuccessful loan spells. Whew, poor chap. It seems luck just was not on his side. But hey, let's keep our fingers crossed that there are brighter days ahead for him. So, in a nutshell, players touted as the next Messi often fail due to various reasons. These include struggling to handle mounting pressure, getting carried away with media attention, lacking consistency and longevity, and sometimes facing misfortune or being unable to break free from Messi's shadow.